Alright, hey guys, I did a cards and coffee over in the Witch's Tower, and I felt bad about not doing an all signs for y'all. So we are going to do an all signs for everybody, and we are going to just do a quick story time, and then we'll get a couple cards for each sign. Alright, we're starting out with the Eight of Pentacles, the key card, number 33. That's important to y'all. Alright, so we're going to start out with that. I just still have that little stand. Alright, kitty. I have Fear over here in my lap being a pain in the butt. It's like he knows as soon as I sit down at this desk, he still comes running. It's been a month. Alright, 33, the key card, Eight of Diamonds. What's needed? What's important? Necessity, re-evaluation. In the Swedish tale of the castle that stood on the golden post, a key plays a significant role. A young person must enter the castle but has no key. Several creatures band together to form a key so that he can reveal the treasures from within the castle. When the key shows up, pay close attention to what it is pointing to or what it is pointing at. This can be an indication of something necessary or important to your success. It can open up what is needed to be revealed. What is behind the key may remain locked and inaccessible for now. This can be thought of as traps to be avoided or things to let go of. Look for the nearest cards to see what is most urgent in your reading. The key points out a way that you need most to succeed in your current question. Alright, well, let's take a break on the modern tarot. Let's go with the old path. And we'll get a couple cards for each one for the key here. What is most important? What revelations? Alright, please get back in. Why don't you fit in your box? I wouldn't think those two little extra cards would be a problem. Alright. Baby, if you gotta sit still. Are you gonna sit still? Alright. We're gonna get an oracle card, a shadow card, and I'll do 3 tarot cards for each sign. Alright, so Aries. What is important? What is the key pointing towards here? We got clouds, shape-shifting. Definitely a lot of transitioning energy going on here. Gilded regret. Gilded regret, making decisions based on what you thought would be most financially beneficial to you. Trapped in certain situations here. Alright, that's the not all that glitters is gold card there. Alright. A couple cards for Aries. Go along with the key story. It's definitely already pointing towards a calling of shifting your way of thinking. Shape-shifting, a time to change. Oh, definitely here. Okay, so we got mastery. This is gaining control of yourself. I love this card with all the horses, right? Earth, air, fire, water. Get control of your passions. Get control of yourself physically. Get control of your thoughts and get control of your words. Be mindful of who encourages you to overindulge, right? Especially with this deck, right? She's pouring into that cup and he passed out on the table already, or she's passed out, right? I think there's also a message here of definitely like trying to keep up with the younger crowd, right? This is an older person. They got gray hair. The younger person's pouring into the cup there, right? And then you got the 3 of Cauldrons over here. What? Be mindful. Look, they're not just drinking. They're partying. They're having a good time. This is the 3 of Cauldrons. This is the coming together with people who genuinely make you happy, that you don't have to get totally wasted to have a good time with, right? Gilded regret. The gilded regret could be overindulging with somebody, right? Definitely. Overindulging in those areas as well could be gilded regret. All right. Taurus. Taurus. Sanctuary. Cave. Time for do not scratch on my jeans, please. I'm not a scratching post. Ooh, is this me? Definitely time to take sanctuary and focus on who you truly are. Is that really you? Alright, there's definitely a tower going on for you guys right now, right? There's a tower going on. There's definitely another call for that hermit energy, right? Time to really start the self-evaluating, awakening process for yourself here, right? Time to break out of illusions, right? Like, and I love this card because if you look up here, the goddess is fine. In the reflection, she's crying. This person's out there, oh, into the moon is so wonderful. This person behind them is crying. There's a message here definitely of, yeah, breaking through the illusions. Not only the lies and things and images and whatever that people portray to you, but also what you lying to yourself about. Because a lot of this is definitely calling for an inward evaluation, a time to take some sanctuary and really evaluate who you truly are. Okay? Gemini. My goodness. Gemini, I got the meadow of vulnerability, right? Opening up and being vulnerable again. Forgetting oneself, creating a hard exterior, putting on a mask, right? This card also comes with a message about being trapped and eating the lotus flowers and numbing yourself so that you don't have to be truly vulnerable, right? All right. Couple of cards for Gemini. All right, Gemini. So you definitely still got a little bit of a message of overindulging, deluding yourself here, right? A little bit. We've got the Seven of Cauldrons card here, right? And this is definitely that player-esque energy in this deck, right? You could have someone who's a player, or you could have lots of opportunities and offers being offered to you. I always say with this card too, don't drink out of every cup that's offered to you. That's how you get poisoned, right? In the time of germs and all this other great stuff, right? Be mindful. Just, if it's too good to be true, then it's too good to be true, right? Really focus on, this is the reap what you sow. So if you've already messed up a little bit, you reap what you sow. So be mindful of this. Be mindful of what's coming in. If it's more than what you really worked for, if it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? Definitely evaluate what's going on right now. There is a call for you to also gain control of yourself, especially with this forgetting oneself, numbing oneself here. It's a time to gain control of yourself physically, your passions, your thoughts and your words. Mastery of all those things. All right. Cancer. Cancer, dragonfly, time of emergence here, time to transform. Love that card too, right? A lot of people talk about butterflies and how butterflies go through the butterfly phase and oh, they gotta turn into a caterpillar and, you know, dimorphosize and everything else. Dragonflies are major transformation creatures, right? They go through 3 stages. They go from a larvae to a nymph to the dragonfly. So they have 3 stages to their transformation before they become a full-fledged dragonfly. Triumph of lies. Ooh. Alright, so there's been a triumph of lies. Either you've been lying to yourself, or someone's been lying to you, or you could be in one of those situations where you're dealing with like that narcissist who's managed to convince everybody else that you're the problem in their world, right? There's a triumph of lies going on that you need to emerge from, right? I will say, even before any cards come out, here's the thing about lies. The truth always comes out. Nothing can be... 3 things can never be hidden for long. The sun, the moon, and the truth. Alright, what do we got for you, Cancer? Alright. You definitely got to bring a lot of balance to yourself right now. You got to balance out things that you're passionate about. You got to balance out how you're responding to things as well. Rods are all about passion and everything else. So you got to be mindful of that. I know you're really worried about money right now, but don't, or material possessions, losing things, being left out in the cold. It's telling you here, don't worry about that, right? Are you genuinely a generous person? Are you genuinely a generous person? Do you give what you can when you can? You do not have to give till it is detrimental to you. No. You don't. You're not required to. No, you do not have to. I love you guys, but Cancers can be over caring sometimes to the point that it's detrimental to them. You need to be mindful of how much you give and who it is you're giving to. Do the people you give to, are they just constantly hands out for you and they never have anything to give you? Are you constantly helping them and they never help you back? And then if you try to not help them, do they turn into this asshole and all of a sudden you're the bad, most worst person in the world and all the good you've done for them over the years doesn't matter anymore because you didn't do this one thing the way they wanted you to? Not everybody emerges into a butterfly. Some people emerge into dragonflies, and dragonflies eat butterflies. Love you, honey. It's time to get a little bit of a backbone. That's what I'm sensing out of this. Don't worry about this. Be true to who you are. I'm not saying be mean. I'm not saying, I'm not saying go out there and eat butterflies. I'm just saying it's time to not allow people to manipulate you out of character, right? And not manipulate you into giving more until it's detrimental to you. All right, that's the key to your revelations there. All right, what we got? Leos. Leos, here we go. Okay. Of course, Leo needs to. All right, Leo, there's a lot of shamanistic, ancient knowledge and healing coming towards you. This card, I also like to say, comes with that whole age thing, right? I like to put it right where my face is, right? None of us escapes age, right? Right? There's a lot of new beginnings, right? I love this card. I get that just around the river bend, Pocahontas feeling off of that one. Right? But you're never going to know what's around the river bend if you don't go, right? You have to allow yourself to let go of whatever you're holding on to and go with the flow. Let's see, what's the shadow you're dealing with right now? Today for tomorrow, definitely. What are you trading today in hopes that tomorrow will be better? Are you playing that game with yourself and with people? What? Oh, it's just a bad time for them. Tomorrow will be better. Oh, I'll deal with it today. Tomorrow will be better. Oh, I can't get up and do my videos and go running today because tomorrow will be warmer. Tomorrow will be better. No, honey. It's time to start living for today and not living for tomorrow. Else you're going to wake up like the old lady in the shaman card. And realize that you traded all your todays and that tomorrow never really came. Definitely. 8 of Swords. You're only trapped by yourself. You can easily escape this, right? It's going to take some balance. It's going to take some finesse. It's going to take a little bit of that persona amp up and a little bit of a show. But it's time to get out on that tightrope and start practicing. And I always say with the tightrope card here too, you don't just get out there. You're going to fall down a bunch of times. But it's fall down 6 times, get up 7. Fall down 7 times, get up 8. That's all there is to it. You are the magician, the manifester. Don't be afraid to turn to your cards, your runes, and your ancestors for that healing wisdom that you need so that you can start moving towards those new beginnings. All right, Virgos. Too many. Virgos. I'm gonna put my drink in here. Virgo, you got 2 of these too. Shape-shifting and passions. It's time to start embracing your passions. Don't allow people, I like with the shape-shifting card too, don't allow people to say that you can't be something new because that's not who you were yesterday. You are allowed to change and evolve. You're supposed to. Really. Because everybody loves cat butts, right, in their videos. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Little trash cat. He actually broke into my kitchen window to get into this house. I did not want cats. All right. Virgo, you got 2 cards here as well. You got blinded by the pain. She's covered. This is not a pretty necklace. That is flies on cuts. Dress it up all you want. That is not a great energy to be into. How are people keeping you into this energy? They're playing on your addictions. Look at all those swords in the back. It's almost like the 10 of Swords card here, right? They're feeding on your addictions to keep you blinded from the pain that they're actually causing you. All right. Yeah. Ooh, here we go. What? We got the Knight of Pentacles. What? Someone is in a manifesting energy or getting ready to and starting to gain control of these things. But then it is still the Knight energy. This is definitely still a guarded energy, trying to guard these things. I do feel like that you might be being pushed into words, speaking the way that you don't really want to speak, being triggered into things. He's holding mushrooms. That's playing right back into that addiction card there. Be mindful of someone who's... Be mindful. If this isn't you, then this is someone else. But be mindful of sharp words, especially when they're being said under the influences of other things. Definitely got the 5 of Rods going on here, right? Everybody's fighting, everybody's defending, everybody's pitted against each other, right? But here's the thing. You got this guy, which the Burgermeister, Meisterburger energy, right? The guy that likes to be in charge. You got the Jester, the Joker, and you got the 2 kids there fighting at the bottom as well. But they're not fighting each other. They're trying to stop the fighting between the 2 adults, right? But you need to figure out who's instigating, right? Who's blinded to the pain that they're being received? who's being tempted with addictions to keep them blinded, right? Are you being led away from your passions? Are you ready to shift and change? All right, Libras. Vision Quest. Vision Quest is all about when you break everything down into the bare minimums. When if there was nothing left, if you were out in the desert with nothing, who are you? What are you? What's left when there's nothing there, right? How bad would it be if there was nothing around you? Peaceful among the thorns. What? Are you just sitting there keeping peaceful while everybody's thorny around you, right? Peaceful among the thorns. You guys are very good at doing that, by the way. Like you are the ultimates. Just stay in most horrific situations for too long just to, yeah, and just sitting there keeping the peace, right? Sometimes you got to trim back those bushes. You got to trim back the thorns. You got to create yourself space. Sometimes you just can't be peaceful. You need to create peace if there's not actual peace around you. Because you can't maintain that if there's chaos all around you. Ooh, very similar message to before, right? Now, you get the Six of Pentacles here, right? And that's the give and take card. Are you genuinely being generous? Are you a generous giving person? Or are you a miser that hoards money? Do you take more than you deserve, right? That's the question here. There is a lot of worry about money, about finances, about things of that nature. Usually, like I said, the Vision Quest, what would happen if that all went away? What happens if all your little nicey nice things and your trinkets and your noshkis were gone? Yeah, because Libras are the queens and kings of the tchotchkes and the stuffs, right? How bad would it be if all your stuff was gone, right? What do you really genuinely need to truly obtain peace, right? Eight of Pentacles here, right? You have worked hard for a lot, and you've worked for what you have, right? And you deserve it. And you are coming into an era where what you've done for yourself will start to pay off, all right? And focus on what you've built yourself, right? All right, Scorpio. Yep, you know you're not supposed to be on the desk. Go on now. Scorpio, Island of Solitude here, right? Island of Solitude. Ooh, I got hiding your true self and a triumph of lies, right? Oh, man. Are you buried in lies? Have you been buried in lies? Did a lie triumph over you? Let's get some more cards. Feeling like you're on an island of solitude, hiding your true self and the triumph of lies. Scorpio, what has been going on for you, boo? Let's see. Remember I say with that Triumph of Lies card, nothing can be hidden for long. The sun, the moon, and the truth. I definitely got a Knight of Rods here. Defensive, passionate, masculine energy. But the Knight can be over defensive, right? They can speak with a lot of passion, but passion can go both ways. It could be spoken in anger passion, right? And it could be spoken with love passion. It can be, you know what I'm saying? So there's definitely that energy going on. You got the Four of Pentacles here. Someone is being greedy. Someone is trying to mine. This is the mine card, right? You might just be mindful that that's not you. And if it is you, if you're being triggered to be like this because you're hiding yourself, maybe you're trying to hide money so that you can get away from whatever this situation is, because you were definitely hiding yourself and buried in lies right now and stuck on an island of solitude. And this is supposed to be a good card, right? But that's only a good card if you're taking solitude to work on finding yourself, right? Not to hide yourself, right? Justice is the last card that you got. Justice is coming, and you see how the bird is blocking the sun in that, right? Nothing can be hidden for long. The truth can't be hidden for long. The sun, the moon, and the truth cannot be hidden for long, right? There's definitely justice coming. There's definitely a balance coming back, right? All right, booze. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Ooh, Sagittarius, invocation ceremony, time to invoke your own gifts, right? And the ceremony, it's ritualistic, right? And I say that too. If you want to break old habits, you need to create a new habit in its place to do, right? Even if it's like, I love, there's one that I read somewhere, and it was like, even if you just like go and you just light a candle, look in the mirror, tell yourself one positive affirmation, and blow out the candle, and then go to work. Doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be a big hooty-hoo show, it doesn't have to be all of that. It can be just that simple, but it just is calling for you to invoke a little bit of self-love, invoke your self-power there, and yeah, find a new habit, a new ritual. Is this you? Who are you? This is asking, who are you? Is this you? Is who you are right now in all your bad habits? And no judgment. Everybody's got something, right? Everybody's got something. I'm a caffeine fiend, right? No matter how I give up everything else, I can't give that up, right? Is it you? Is where you're at right now you? Is the positions you're in right now you? Is that really you? All right, let's see what the deck has to say. High Priest calling you definitely to re-invoke your power. And it's actually telling you to re-invoke your power in like the masculine energy, right? So you got definitely a call on the feminine side here with this, right? But there's definitely also a masculine call to it. One second. All right, we're back. So there's definitely a call with the High Priest here to re-invoke that energy, right? Re-invoke it. Listen to your intuition, right? And when I say by doing the masculine way, it's like it's re-invoking your intuition, but it's re-invoking your intuition in a logical way. Don't be so guided by feelings, right? And I say that too because you got the Five of Swords here, right? And this is a very different Five of Swords in this deck, right? This person's blowing a horn. And then here's a healer running into battle. This is a healer holding up swords, angrily running into battle. Is that you? Who is triggering you into that type of energy, right? Because this is the energy that you want to be in, right? This is the healer energy. This is the Ace of Cauldron, the Fountain of Love, right? When you are in the Ace of Cauldron, Fountain of Love energy, you don't need anybody else to fill your cup. And you damn sure don't need to be fighting someone to fill your cup, right? Your cup overflows on its own and it draws in the energy itself, right? You're going to get there? by invoking it yourself and doing it for yourself and asking yourself who you truly are. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn, we got 2 cards here. Ooh, your center for your creation, if you're having a creative block right now, is you need some sanctuary, right? See how they're painting on the wall? Getting back to very basic, right? Right? Because how quickly did this, in evolution of human evolution, how quickly did this turn into this, right? And I love it. He reminds me of like those yogis in India, right? Also kind of looks like he's hitting a bong. But that's up to you. Do you, boo? Do you, boo? Maybe you need to go sit in your cave and, you know, toke if that's what you're into. Or whatever. Some people get a high off the meditating. Some people get high off yoga, right? Definitely blinded to some pain here, or blinding yourself from pain, or denying that you're in pain, and denying that you've got parasites and things like that around you. All right. Don't blind yourself to the pain, right? That's not a pretty necklace. That's not a pretty necklace. Also feel the need to say that's also the 13 card death and rebirth, right? It's like once you take that blindfold off. And, you know, that's probably the hardest thing when people have their awakening and things like that. It's like you suddenly see everything and everybody for what they are, and you suddenly understand motives in a way that you didn't understand before, and you suddenly just, yeah, there's an understanding, and it's painful initially to go through it when you learn people aren't who you thought they were, situations aren't what you thought they were, you know, and you wake up to all of that, but that's like ripping off the Band-Aid. Once you rip off the Band-Aid, then you can see the wound. Then you can see, oh my God, I've had this wrapped up for so long, it's infected. Now you got to clean it and take care of it. You can't just bandage it up and pretend like it's all better. You have to actually care for a wound, right? Drain it, clean it, cut away the dead tissue, rewrap it, take care of it, take your antibiotics, right? We have the 6 of Rods. You got a victory coming. I got a King of Cups here. Tons of love. Tons of love, right? But the King of Cups is also in control of his cup, in control of his own emotions, right? Doesn't just have to give just because, right? And if he does give, he understands that there's a risk that somebody else could spill it if he hands it over, right? We got the Page of Rods here, right? There will be messages coming in. Take control over your emotions, right? And I definitely get that when you're dealing with parasites and people who are a little narcissistic and things like that. And everybody has those tendencies. I don't call everybody a narcissist. Almost everybody, especially from anybody born of the boomers, millennials, and since the selfie era, everybody's a little bit narcissistic, okay? But there comes a time where you need to take control over your emotions. When you stop allowing people to rock your emotions, the messages that you are meant to receive will come in. All right. Aquarius. Well, that was quick. Winter solstice, reflection, reflecting on yourself, reflecting on everything, right? It's definitely reflection through ice, coldness, right? Something about revelations from being in the cold. Perchance to dream. All right. Perchance to dream is the kind of energy of you don't want to wake up, you want to take naps all the time, you want to stay asleep because you'd rather stay in the dream. You're scared of what would happen if you genuinely woke up. Ooh. right, the Knight of Rods stuck to the deck while I was shuffling. So, definitely have someone who is gained a lot of control over base passions, right? The King of Rods is in control of his passions, right? He's in control of his rods. He's not led around by his rod, right? We got the Queen of Cauldrons here, right? Very loving, nurturing energy here, right? The Queen of Cauldrons, similar to the King of Cups, whereas King of Cups is in control of his emotions in a logical way. She's still got the intuition. She still understands feelings and the feelings of others. She just doesn't allow them to trigger her emotions, or she doesn't block her emotions. She freely shares them. She does show emotion, but she's not controlled by them, right? She's the kind of person who'd be like, I am angry and this is why I'm angry, but it's because I love you that I'm going to tell you why you're pissing me off, right? You got the Magician here in the middle, right? Do not be afraid to turn to your spirit guides, your runes, your ancestors, all of that, for divine wisdom here. You are the manifester of your own destiny. I also like what is it? Destiny is set, but the path to get there is your own. That is where your power lies. This is all dramatic as you want to make it, baby. All as dramatic as you want to make it. You got the Six of Cups here, right? And there's definitely a lot of looking back. With this deck, I definitely feel with the Six of Cauldrons, it kind of is... It gives a little bit of a rejection feel, right? Like he's trying to get her attention, and she's like, I'm trying to do something here with the flower in my cup. Can you just give me a second, right? And it's a nostalgia card, and it's just kind of like, don't let how things in the past play out in your future, right? I got these two here, right? That's beautiful energy. These two are beautiful together. So I don't see what the problem is there, right? This is your manifest destiny. Are you truly the Magician, right? Don't let the past. And don't just see, here's the thing too. You can look this up with neuroscientists and shit like that. Most of what you remember from the past isn't even accurate. It is how your mind processed it, filed it, and categorized it in order for you to survive the situations that you were in then, right? So don't be afraid to look at the past through a whole new different perspective, right? Put the knowledge that you achieved now to it, right? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to wake up to reality, right? Also get the sleep pertains to dreams, like what? Don't be afraid to, don't be afraid to figure out what the boogeyman in the closet is, right? Don't be afraid to wake up, right? Time to break through the ice. Get this whole Harry Potter scene where it's the sword is in the ice, right? I get this whole message of the Harry Potter scene where the sword is in the ice. I also get the video game message of what? You cannot defeat the boss at the end of the game if you do not do the side quest to get the sword out of the ice. Very specific for y'all. All right, Pisces. Oh. Okay, I'm going to say this. There was a video on Instagram the other day of a lotus, and I did not know that's what it was at first, because when they emerge up out of the water, they look like a gnarly, nasty, right? And then they peeled off like this skin-looking thing, and pop, poof, unfoldment. Right? But the lotus cannot bloom in a garden built for a rose, right? The lotus has to come out of the muck and the mud, and then it has to float and get through all the waters of emotion and everything else like that. And while it's doing this, apparently it's covered in this nasty, fleshy colored, gnarly stuff, right, as it's coming up through the water to protect those petals, right? Because it's the most beautiful flower, right? Now, I do have a feeling that when you do finally unfold, it might be a bit of a boom, right? Look how pretty she is up here, though, right? Right? And sometimes exploding is necessary, right? Sometimes when you bottle stuff up for too long, then when you finally do unfold and come through, take off the mask of pretending who you are and really truly embrace who you are, there's a bit of explosions. But this is also the Moana goddess here, right? That's who this card represents, Terafiti, or I forget what the other one is. But she explodes violently, but when she's all done, it creates the most lush, beautiful, fruitful islands from the explosions, right? All right, get the Six of Pentacles here, right? Always says the give and take card. Are you genuinely a generous person, or are you manipulated into giving more than you can? Or do you portray yourself as being generous, but really you're kind of like, I got it, and you don't, you know? Be mindful of what energy you genuinely are projecting, right? I'm definitely getting from these that you might be giving more than you can, or you might be letting go of more than you're wanting to let go of, if that makes sense, right? I definitely see a lot of negative temptations here that could be derailing you, right? This is reversed. So, no, I'm just getting, because I got this too, right? You got the Knight of Pentacles, right? So I definitely feel like you might be indulging in some negative temptations, something that's tempting you, be it, you know, could be a person, it could be even, you know, food, things like that, anything really that's going to derail you from, you know, I say anything can be an addiction. Video games can be an addiction. Anything that's distracting you from accomplishing your goals can be an addiction, right? It's a temptation that's derailing you. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. This is someone who is defending. So if this isn't you and this is someone else who's being derailed by temptation and it's pissing you off, right? And they're defending their shitty decisions. Or if you're lying to yourself, right? Pick what fish you are here, right? It's time to turn these around, right? Right? You're in control. The temptation is normal. It is not a mortal fucking sin, right? Temptation is normal. The Knight of Pentacles, what? It's okay. You need to get control of yourself in the 3D. Okay? It is great to connect to the 5D. It's great to disappear into all of that. But just with all of this right here, it's what? You need to burst out and unfold into the true beauty that you are. You're going to need to get mad to do it. And you're going to need to drop that mask of being happy if you are not genuinely fucking happy. Okay? Excuse my potty mouth. I do tag these as not for kids. Alrighty. Should we get one final message for the collective here? One final message for the 143. I know. Doesn't feel like it's coming, does it? But it is. It is. It is. What? Rainbows only come after the storm. Oh, yes, babies. Yes. What? Time to stop hiding. Can't keep hiding forever, right? Right? And it's time to stop numbing yourself so that you forget till you forget who you are. It's time to wake up, y'all. Time to wake up. All right, we'll do a full 5 for the collective here. Remember, this is the key. This is all the animals coming together. This is a soul tribe message here, right? This is all of y'all. All the animals coming together to form a key to unlock the tower on the top of the golden post. Look up that story. If you can find it, put it in the comments. One more. One more 5D message for the 143. Damn, y'all, I can't even make this stuff up. Right? All right. Queen of Rods. Queen of Rods, the Fool, right? Queen of Cups, King of Rods, the High Priestess, right? Definitely a lot of the feminine energy going on here. All right. Yeah, these two elements, right? Gaining control over your passions and not letting your passions control you, right? There's, like I said, he doesn't get led around by his rod. She does not get distracted, right? Okay. Then you have the Queen of Cups here. What? It is okay to be loving. It is okay to show your emotions. It is okay to be feminine, right? I've had a lot of this message going on lately too. No. If you're a feminine, you're a feminine. I'm sorry if this is considered politically incorrect, but if you do not have ovaries, you don't get to talk shit about how great you are at controlling your fucking emotions. You don't. Nope. Sorry. No, you don't. You don't. What? You'd have no idea what it's like when your body is just randomly flooded with hormones all the time that have you going batshit crazy, okay? That's why this gets all shimmy-shammied and all out of control, right? And no matter how emotional you may get, this is not worth it. What? She's holding her face like she's been hit. There's drama. The baby wasn't being watched. Now it's going to crawl into the fire. This looks like a youth getting ready to go off on their own adventure, right? And it's just, what? If they're going to go, let them go. Stop fighting them to stay. I say that about love spells all the time. A lot of people cast a lot of love spells, right? When they first start into this magic thing, it's the first thing y'all go for, right? You wonder why that person suddenly turned into a different person, because they weren't meant to stay. They were meant to teach you a lesson and go, and you casted a bunch of nets on them, and they stayed, and they were resentful, and they had no idea why, and it leads to these type of situations, all right? Now, if you didn't do any of that, no, there's no reason to anybody to be physical. There's no reason for you to be distracted from what is most important, right? You guys got to find that balance, and if they're going to go, let them go. They will only leave you better off, right? There's definitely a call here for this High Priestess energy, right? Calling on Mother Earth, right? I give Mother Earth, nature, balancing yourself out, balancing out that dark and light. You are allowed to be both. We are allowed to be both, light and dark. You have to find that middle ground. It's kind of like, what is it? You can't heal if you don't know what the poison was, right? You can't find the right anti-venom if you don't know what snake bit you, right? You have to know both the light and the dark. And if you casted some dark spells in the past and they came back on you, pay your karma and keep moving forward, okay? Pay your karma and keep moving forward. Don't hide your true self, right? There's a lot of talk about toxic positivity, right? Don't hide that you're a real person, okay? Don't distract and numb yourself, right, with things in order to give yourself false adrenaline boosts, false dopamine boosts, right? Anything could be false dopamine boosts, right? It doesn't have to be smoking pot. It doesn't have to be a drug. It doesn't have to be alcohol, right? What the hell is that movie? Russell Brand. I love Russell Brand because he played all these characters in this movies, right? And then there's one movie at the end where the girl calls him out on it. She goes, first you were addicted to this. First it was heroin, then it was alcohol, and then you got sober and you were addicted to doing yoga all the time. And it was just to get those dopamine boosts, right? It could be the internet, it could be Facebook, it could be anything like that, right? Be mindful that you're not numbing yourself and distracting yourself with false dopamine things. Don't hide yourself. Be who you are. Don't be afraid to lean on your team either. Don't be afraid to lean on your soul tribe, right? All right, y'all. I love y'all. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back for some more just as soon as I can. I don't know if I'll do this weekend. I definitely want to get in here at some point and do a free subscriber reading night, okay, and try to work that into a schedule and try to get a schedule going. I know it's so hard for me because I'm the Queen of Fire and it's crazy, but We're going to get there, y'all. I love y'all. For everybody who's still here and still riding this wave with me, blessed be all those who walk these weird and windy ass paths with me. I love you guys. I'm going to be back just as soon as I can. I promise.